Hi, this is Lulu. I'm a compulsive overeater. And together here on the Step It Up group, we're discussing in detail the step work and all the pieces of it. So um, the last recording was on the dishonesty portion of the writing where we are telling, we identify the lies that we're telling ourselves in relation to resentments. And we have a fellow here that shared his experience um, with a certain resentment, and we went through it in quite in detail, and those recordings are right there on the blog. And there's just one more little piece of some further ideas about that resentment and things for him to consider that I want to share. So I am going to find it, and I'm going to screen share it. And you'd think I would have been prepared because you just think I would, but I'm not. It's a good thing we're not a polished act here. We're just doing it. Okay, screen share. Okay, so, whoops, double click. There we go. Okay, so to become very familiar with how this whole story unfolded, this whole situation that he had with this man, Bob. I'm not going to go through it all again. Just refer to the last two recordings are all about this situation. So this will be the third one on this situation. And, we found, how all the causes, the reasons why he resented Bob, how it affected him, what he found he was afraid of, his self-seeking behavior, the things that he does to make himself feel better when he's feeling these resentments, the selfishness of what I want what I want, and I want it. And then the dishonesties were the things that he's telling himself, and the truth turned out to be the things that he was denying himself. Because when we deny ourselves the truth, we're denying ourselves peace, and we have the option to not deny ourselves this new line of thinking. That's basically what it comes down to. But what I did was I cut these resentments right here. I copied them and I pasted them at the bottom, and I just made like a little something to think about for each one. And you don't even have to, you don't have to even have been there to kind of feel this kind of shift in thinking. So they are right here. Okay, so he said, poor treatment of direct reports in others. I questioned him, how did you treat Bob? So we're hearing all about how Bob treats others, but how did you treat Bob? Did he feel threatened or challenged by you? Did he feel poorly treated by you? I love to give my feedback to sponsees with questions. It's like, it's not even questions that I need the answers for. They're kind of questions you might want to think about yourself. And some of them might ring true, some of them might not, because it's not me and my experience in my heart. It's somebody else, but I'm just trying, if I can put myself in that situation, and I have the mind of an addict, and I have all the qualities of an addict, the way an addict thinks, I can, it helps me to understand how a bit how you tick. Openly stole my ideas and work. I said, ideas get stolen. That's why there's a patenting system. Whenever you share any ideas, there's always a risk, period. If you don't want your ideas stolen, don't share them, right? And then if you're sharing them, you're probably sharing them because there's going to be a way that you're waiting to shine, or a way that you're going to get ahead and all that. And then if somebody steals them, I'm just like, people steal. Like, it's not the right thing. And then you can just bask in the glory of your own life and say, like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't steal somebody else's idea. I just wouldn't do that. Or would I? Or would I? Just like kind of really look within. eliminated my position, fired me. It was the consequences of something. And if his job performance was as he says, looks like he was an amazing employee and was very intelligent and came up with a lot of good ideas. Maybe the consequences of the firing were something that likely was not job performance related. Could just be this something about maybe the way he treated Bob, you know. Politically inflated sense of his own importance. I dared to say, you certainly seem like you had a sense of importance as you claim to have been responsible for the company staying afloat. That's a big claim there. I am the reason that this company didn't fold. I did it, you know, and that's so. People inflating their sense of own importance is about, it's fear driven, it's ego driven. And so this is maybe a place where our fellow here and Bob are not all that different. This might be that, you know, they may be the same. Inability to handle any criticism. And I said, I think maybe you have trouble with criticism, especially from Bob, right? Because that's what this is all about Bob's opinion of him. So, you know, sometimes people have trouble handling criticism. So if I can look, how do I handle criticism? It's like, oh, well, that could use some work. I have no power over Bob being able to handle criticism. It's like not even my business whether he handles it or not. But how do I handle it? If I handle it well, then I just say, I'm so grateful I handle criticism well. And if I don't handle it well, there's my work. There's my work. Monopolize conversations and belittle or look down on people he perceives as inferior. I suggested that maybe he looks down on Bob and that he has a not so nice things to say about him. So again, where are they kind of the same? Let me work on me instead of Bob. I'm going to work on me, you know? How am I like Bob that is being, you know how a lot of times people say, like, you know, people show you who you are. You look at, it's like looking in the mirror when you, when you're angry with somebody. A lot of times it's your own kind of character defects kind of in the way, you know, shining back at you. Took advantage of others to get what he wants while belittling others. And I just questioned, you know, what did you take advantage of? Maybe not others, but maybe something. Did you take advantage of the employment opportunity, feeling security in your inflated opinion of your performance? Maybe that was in order for him to feel that inflated opinion of his performance, he had to, even if only in his mind, he was belittling others, to see himself as superior to others. So again, maybe he's a little bit like Bob. Become impatient or angry when he did not receive special treatment. I suggested that maybe he became impatient and angry with Bob because he didn't like the treatment. So why can't others get impatient? It's just like people get impatient, right? Has significant interpersonal problems and easily feels slighted. Take a look at your own interpersonal issues, especially with Bob. So basically it was just some, when I usually do, this is kind of getting ahead on the fifth step, like it's, because we do fifth steps electronically now, it's a whole different thing. It's not like it used to be where you'd sit in a room and just read everything and read everything and read everything to your sponsor. We do it all electronically now. It's, well, because of the virus, but also it gives us an opportunity to work with people from all over the world. So, you know, I'm sponsoring people in other countries, and it's an amazing opportunity. But so when you send me the resentment on when you're sending me resentment one by one, I look at the one on Bob and I say, these are kind of my thoughts to make you further understand. But that, we'll talk about this part of like the step 5 when we get to step 5. But for now, I didn't want to lose the end of the story. I didn't want the story to be brought up in, you know, 4 recordings from now and just kind of be like, what's this about? So we'll have new examples for the step 5, but this would be basically my feedback on a step 5, and just for more an introspective look for the sponsee. And that's all I got.